normally happens, and when they have a kid like that, they don't have economic resources to go to a doctor or to go to therapy, and at the same time, then normally are the moms only taking care of the kids. The dads normally leave the house because they feel ashamed of having a kid like that, and luckily she's saying now Mexico is starting to push more for to give more information about this and try to help them.
Even though Pedro can't read, his family was determined to help him get a job. Pedro wanted to learn to drive.
Me gusta profesión de taxista y me gusta manejar.
He loves to drive.
Were you worried when he learned to drive?
Mucho me preocupaba.
Porque, o sea, no tenía todavía mucha experiencia.
His uncle backed him, even though there were many anxious moments. With help from his family, Pedro passed his license. He's now a familiar figure, driving around the streets of Tepic in his taxi. Like so many people with intellectual disabilities, Pedro's proven he's capable of many things. Pedro's aunt and uncle also encouraged him to join Special Olympics and play sport. They recognised he needed to develop a social life and friends. How did football and Special Olympics change Pedro's life?
Pues él empezó a cambiarlo mucho porque ya su tipo de vida.
Well, his life changed when he was Olympics, Special Olympics, because he started to talk a lot more with the family, with his friends, and he started to get more into talk more about him. But he was quiet, he was shy.
Pedro is the goalkeeper selected to play in the Unity Cup. And as he prepares for the match, he's taking that responsibility seriously.
Sí. Estoy muy, ¿cómo decir? Estoy mucho pendiente.
He's aware that it's a lot of responsibility, but he feels sure that he can make it.
I've been chosen to go to South Africa for the World Cup. Yay! Woo-hoo-hoo!
New Zealand, a country known for extreme sports. Population just 4 million. There's only one professional football team in this country, and the New Zealand All Whites world ranking is 78th. But football still rates as the most played sport in this country. Auckland, city of sails, is home to Mark Liggins.
I just like doing it and scoring all the goals, keeping the ball near me so people don't grab it and try and score goals from their end.
35-year-old Mark plays in the midfield. Mark's getting pointers from New Zealand soccer legend Winton Rufer, the player named FIFA Oceania Footballer of the Century.
Nice. Good stuff, bro.
When I was little, couldn't really kick a ball. I used to stand back and then kick it, but now I've come a long way. And I've never played up front in my life. I used to play at the back, and I didn't really like playing at the back. I really want to play up front to kick all the balls into the goal.
The ball comes over, a couple of Brazilian juggles, smash the ball in the net, and then that's the one.
Yep.
He's got a couple of brothers who are very good soccer players, but even they haven't achieved this.
Growing up alongside those brothers meant there was always someone to kick a ball around with.
Mark Liggins has been selected to represent New Zealand on the Unity Cup team.
6 years ago, Mark joined the Special Olympics team. He's been a regular ever since, but he never expected he'd be playing internationally.
I'm tremendously proud. It's been a 5-year journey with him. He's attended ribbon events to qualify to regionals. He qualified regionals to make nationals. He was ranked third in New Zealand, individual skills.
His life has been filled with so many episodes where he hasn't achieved. He's had challenges, and time after time, he doesn't make the grade. But here, this time, he is. So this is a real turnaround for him. It makes a world of a difference. Imagine for yourself what it would be like if everything you do, you fail and you're told you're not good enough.
I live in Mission Bay, Auckland. Very shortly going to the World Cup in France. Looking forward to it all. South, yeah. I knew I was going to get chosen because I'm pretty fit and got good ball skills.
Yeah, I've noticed my confidence as well. And I'm enjoying it, yeah.
I enjoy doing all sports. That's very important to keep me fit, yep. This is my parents' place. Don't really live here. It's nice to come and see them now and again.
You fly on from Dubai to Capetown and you're...
Mark no longer lives at home, but his parents are preparing him for his overseas adventure. Mark knows he's facing a 20-hour plane journey to get from New Zealand to South Africa, but he's still coming to grips with just how far away that is.
Probably somewhere around there somewhere. So I'll be going from New Zealand to around South Africa.
New Zealand has many organisations that encourage people with intellectual disabilities to lead independent lives. For the past 5 years, Mark shared a house with 6 others who are also intellectually impaired.
How's your day?
Good, mate.
What are we watching?
Week of Sleep.
Who's winning?
I don't know.
I live with a nice bunch of guys. They're really good and they're really helpful around the house, and no, I enjoy living with them. The food's really nice. Yeah, it's all good.
He spends his weekdays working in the outdoors. Farmer Steve Carrigan lives down the road from Mark and is teaching him work skills.
He comes and helps me do firewood and clear a bit on the property, and works with the cattle and fencing and any odd jobs that we get around the neighbourhood, community work or whatever. Mark comes and gives me a hand. And he's a good worker, and I'm glad to have him. Good luck, mate. And if there's room for another manager, bring me along with you.
Definitely.
No, I'm coping well. I'm not really nervous. I'm just looking forward to going.
Next time you see Mark and the Special Olympic athletes, they'll be playing alongside soccer legends like Steve Sumner, Alan Shearer, Pele, Kevin Keegan and South Africa's President Zuma.
The match is July 3rd. Mark it in your calendar and make sure you cheer for our very own Mark Liggins.
Mexican wave? Woo!
People definitely stare, but you grow up to ignore it.
Should I go like this?
I've learnt more through the net about my own disability in recent years than I'd ever known before.
I think you really go through the 3 stages of where you're angry, and then you try and hide away so people can't stare, and then you just realise what's the point in hiding, and you just go back out into the natural world.
What colour?
They're all different ages and live in different cities and towns, but they share an unusual condition known as arthrogryposis.
I remember when I first heard the word arthrogryposis, I didn't think I would ever be able to say it. It was like this little wee boy and this monstrous word.
It's reassuring being with others who live with the same disability, but there aren't many people in New Zealand with this condition. Our National Arthrogryposis group has a membership of just 40. Even their parents feel isolated. Bye! See ya!
Attitude was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.